Hello, this is Susan Ashley and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before I begin, remember to like, subscribe and to share. So here we go with another universal law, and it's the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. Could be the law of alchemy, huh? Could be exactly the same thing. It's very interesting. This law states that on an energetic level, everything in the universe is constantly evolving, fluctuating. It's always sort of, melding sometimes into one another. Every action has a thought that starts that action. So it's inspired by a thought, and then the action is taken to empower the eventual physical manifestation, right? So how that can show itself is, we could say that the higher vibrations can actually impact lower vibrations. So it's transmuting it, right? It's alchemizing it. That's what I like to think. When I'm working, I like to think of myself as an alchemist. So I'm taking these old, dark, stale energies that people have been carrying around sometimes for lifetimes and transmuting them into something else. I'm changing them to something else. So you know how sometimes you can be around someone who's really not feeling good, who's a bit upset, a bit cranky or whatever, and you walk off feeling really drained, and that's one way, because what's happened is it's taken your energy, your positive, good energy, and drained it and exhausted and used it. And often those people will say to you, thanks for chatting. I feel so much better now. They've just taken all of your energy, right? But it can work in the other way as well for you, that you can take a negative energy and turn it into a positive energy, because everything is just energy. In the end, it simply is energy. It depends on the intention that flows with that energy. So knowing that energy is always in a perpetual state, isn't it, of movement, of transmutation. Something is always being fed by something else, released by someone else, because it's always moving around. So therefore, knowing this, we can actively start to uplift negative energies around us and maintain a positive thought, field and process of action, right? So for me, this is how I see it. Like, if I know that I'm not feeling very strong that day, I'm not going to be around people that I know are usually not feeling the best, or a bit heavy, or complaining all the time. Sometimes we have to gear ourselves up to be around someone like that, because we're having to transmute their energy. We're giving them a positive idea. They're giving us a but and a reason why they can't do something to help themselves. So those sort of people aren't really, they're just draining the pot, so to speak. They're trying to take that positive energy and turn it into negative energy. And what we're wanting to do is the opposite. I hope that's made a bit of sense, because it's a hard one to explain actually, but it's almost like when you're in it, you understand it. Like I was saying earlier, sometimes you can be with people and you just feel really, really good, because it's like you're snowballing the positive energy and you feel really enthusiastic and confident in what you're creating together. And then you add someone into that that's a bit negative, a bit of a butter, or I'm a gunner. In Australia we have this thing, they're a gunner, meaning I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and they never do it. So they're a gunner, that's what we call them, yeah? So they're the people who come in and they're going to do it, but they always let you down, they never actually do it. So you're wasting energy, and there's no flow with that energy that's happening. There's no transmutation, because it gets stagnant, or all you're doing is giving them positive energy to feed their pain and misery, or their buts and the reasons why they can't do something, right? So it's like feeding victimhood. And if you feel that you're feeding the victimhood, sometimes it's better to just walk away and leave them for a while to figure that out for themselves. You know, it's like, you ever had that time when you're feeling really desperate, something horrible's happened, and you really want to download to your friends, and you're ringing everyone and nobody's answering? And then you finally have to kind of figure it out for yourself. And it's really interesting because at that moment you could possibly have a very big epiphany, you have a big awakening, because there was no one there that you could download that information onto. Because it was like the universe or something inside you was saying to you, you're going to have to become aware of this yourself, and you're not allowed to give this feeling that you're feeling to someone else who is not in a position to take it. Maybe all of your friends that day have had a hard day themselves and they're not in a position to take it. So sometimes the universe protects them, but also supplies you with the ability to go within, transmute that energy, transform it, alchemize it into an epiphany. So it's a great law, actually. Anyway, I hope that's clarified something for you today, and have a happy day. Bye for now.